Hey guys, it's been a while, but welcome to another big board battle. Our comrade in arms, sadly, will not be joining us today. He is in Louisiana helping his family out, so wish him well. Over the weekend, well, today actually, I got in 3 games in a Wizards Asylum Ninth Age tournament, their first Ninth Age tournament, and so about 12 of us showed up. It was pretty small, but you know what? That's okay. It was fun. I got to play some people I never played before, some armies I never played against before, and I bring in my Warriors of the Dark Gods. 2,500 points of armor, steel, and metal against the Infernal Dwarves. I'd heard some horror stories, never played them, so let's see how this goes. First game of the tournament, and here we go. Now, you'll notice the little wall going through the middle of the board games. It was hidden deployment for the first scenario. Basically, the objective here was to get the enemy standards and to save your own. And if you did that, you'd get so many battle points, bonus points, I should say. And there's bonus points for getting your scoring units into the enemy's deployment zone and a few others. But here's how I set up, and here's what I got. You can see, you can't see all of it from this angle. I have another shot here. Let's see if this is any better. A little bit better. You can see my closest to the screen. There's Elder Dragon Centaur, Minotaur-looking guy. He's got paired weapons. I got my Hell Riders, Giant, my Wasteland Chariot. It's hard to see, but there's another group of Hell Riders, and then some Warriors of Wrath. My Manticore Lord of Change, which you'll see, and he does awesome this game. Spoiler alert. And we got another giant over there you can't see. Harbinger of Lust, a Harbinger of Wrath, who's my BSB, and also a Sorcerer Lord on a Sorcerer, not a Sorcerer Lord, sorry, on a Demon Steed. I'm going for a 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse theme with these guys, and I wasn't sure what to expect, you know. I've tested them. They've done mixed results, but I like the feel of the characters just going around and being a super maneuverable, super hard to chaff up. Really, the giants, you know, I usually take a unit of Skull Crushers, but they haven't been performing well, so I decided to try the 2 giants out, see how they did. So this is my deployment. Again, I couldn't see the other half of the table, so I don't know what kind of terrain's over there. I don't know what he's got coming at me. So I did the best I could. Tried to spread out as far as I could and hopefully encircle him. And let's see what he's got over here. This is his... I don't know what they are, but they're like fire rifle guys. Closest to the screen, there's about 10 of them. They shoot fire bolts or guns or something. I don't know what they are, actually. They got Hobgoblin Riders, 2 groups of, I think it was about 30 or, 30 Hobgoblins each with bows and standards. Champions, you know, full command. He has a BSB, general wizard guy, and he has 3 artillery pieces that were pretty frightening to me. He had a stone thrower thing, 1-inch template, I guess, strength 8 when it hits. He had a infernal engine, which was a monster, and the siege train thing in the back there. I'm not sure what it was. And he has another unit of those 10 shooter dudes. So not a lot of units on the table here, but I wasn't scared of the Hobgoblins at all. But we'll see. And we decided that group of bones terrain or whatever that is in the middle, that was just rough terrain, dangerous terrain, if you will. DT1 for things. And so we weren't going to worry about it too much. Didn't block line of sight or nothing like that. Just something looks cool. So not much line of sight blocking stuff on the table. So I don't know what to do here. I do get the roll for the first turn, but we vanguard a little first. So he's setting up his Wolf Riders. I'm setting up my Hell Riders. I've taken the lore of the lore of disease on my sorcerer. So I like the necrotic blessing attribute, giving my anything within 12 inches +1 toughness for a turn. If I get a spell off, that's pretty legit. All my heroes are toughness 5, including my lord. So that +1 bringing it up to toughness 6, that's just hard for anything to get through. They all have a 1-up armor save except for my lord on the Manticore. He has a 2-up. And yeah, so this is what we got. Top of 1. And this is me moving my Hell Riders, just sneaking them through, doing the reform. I'm going to try to get some stupids off with their Hell Whips. Yeah, I'm proxying the dogs as Hell Riders. I didn't have enough to field 2 units. You know what? It's just name of the game at this point when I'm building a new army. So my goal here is just to shoot at him and to make him stupid. Hopefully he can't do anything and just goes forward, and I can like charge him or something. And this guy, same thing. He's gonna go and they're gonna whip that Infernal engine and hopefully something. You know, I didn't know what to do about that guy. That guy's tougher than he looks. And he's pretty darn scary looking. The rest of my things, just move on up. I come forward with everything. My giant, my pestilence marked sorcerer is a guy with a sword on the far right of your screen. My BSB just kind of comes up to give his little aura to everything. And I know I'm putting my Manticore, I'm putting my BSB, I'm putting everything out there to get shot at, but at this, there's nothing on the table, and I have to go forward. If I don't, I'm just gonna get shot anyway. So I do what I have to do. No charges, obviously. And his turn, he doesn't charge either, and he has very little in the way of movement. He failed the Swift reform. Those what are they called? The gunner things. Facing my Hell Riders, so he just reforms and they look at each other menacingly. Other than that, it wasn't very much movement at all, just some pivots here and there. But this is what happens. Okay, and he goes to magic. I think he kills one guy with his Lore of Fire character. He had Lore of Fire and Lore of and Alchemy, I believe. And so I was pretty scared about his magic phase, but it didn't do that much. He did blast a bunch of the Lust guys off the table, but within the leadership bubble, and so they're fine. They get to reroll Panics, I believe, for Mark of Lust. The cannon, though, decides, the Infernal engine, I should say, decides to just blow up my Battle Standard Bearer, just blasts it, does 3 wounds. It's this D6 plus 2 shots, strength 6, I think. It was bad, and it just destroyed, and multiple wounds, I believe, D3 wounds. So I mean, I just couldn't stop it. I didn't make all my saves. He got a wound through. It was turned into 3, and there I went. I passed my panics, thank God, but not a good start. I was not happy, but I was like, okay, I knew some things were going to get shot. I knew that was going to happen. You can't see it in this picture, but I got my Lust Harbinger just sneaking up the very, very table edge, trying to get into the side of that train, that siege train or whatever it's called. So yeah, that was sad. He also plinked off a couple of my Mark and Nurgle guys, so also sad. And here we have him plinking a wound onto my chariot. And that, is what it is. And top of 2, I do some charging. I was like, I don't Want you? I don't want you with me. So I charge his Wolf Riders. I think he fails his check. I charge his Wolf Riders with my EDC. And I charge the flank of his, because they fail their terror check, they just run, but my Elder Dragon Centaur catches them, so they're out. But I also charge with my, my chariot into the side of those things. Because I knew once he failed his terror test, that I had a free and clear go at that. I also charged with my giants into those guys. And you can see on the left of the screen, you can see my little Harbinger of Lust just sneaking up, trying to get some charges in. My other guys just kind of move forward. I do charge that Infernal Engine with my Manticore Lord. And he's looking for revenge. I'm going to be very honest with you. He did not like what the Infernal Engine did to his buddy, the Mark of Wrath Battle Standard Bearer. They've been friends for like a long time, and so he was quite upset. Just some other positioning, some movement, and nothing really happens in Magic. So we do some. That's a better picture there of me slamming in their Infernal Engine, and a little better picture there of that charge there. Elder Dragon Centaur isn't touching the dwarves there. He caught the Wolf Riders. And during the magic phase, I do to get a couple spells off. I get Breath Weapon off on that Lust Rider dude, and I get the necrotic bonus onto my Lord, because he might be in trouble here. But during shooting, I blow the breath at the siege engine, hoping to do something. If I was in better, I couldn't see his character, so I couldn't blow into that guy. I do a wound, so that's good. But nothing else happens in shooting. Excuse me. Oh, I think I'm coming down with something. Anyway, so in my Infernal Engine there, we go at it. I do like 2 wounds, or 2 or 3 wounds. But he has like 7, and I get 1 in return. I win combat, but he is unbreakable. He's toughness 7. That Infernal Engine is toughness 7 in close combat, and I did not know that going in. I should have checked. But yeah, scary. He does these grind attacks or something. It was bad, but I do win combat. I do some wounds, not enough to kill it, but enough to get some wounds on there. So my giant eats the Wolf Riders, easy peasy. And he just kind of reforms a little bit. Or no, he overruns, but overruns like not enough. It wasn't near enough to get in there. So it is what it is. Over here, my chariot, just with impact hits and other attacks, he just chomps him up. He takes a wound for his troubles, but they break. I run him down, and that's where you see us. And so I'm pretty happy with how that went. I'm looking at some flank charges probably on my next turn. I'm happy with where this flank is going here. I'm not sure about that big brick of Chaos Dwarves, but I don't know if they're going to be scary or not. It's my first time facing the Infernal Dwarves, so we'll see. So bottom of 2, he doesn't do too much moving. He just does some facing and other positioning tricks. But other than that, he's relatively stationary. And he's going to just try to keep shooting my butt. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, his magic plus shooting puts 5 wounds on this giant. So he's in trouble. I mean, he took a lot of damage there. nothing so much. Oh yeah, he does plink off one of my Warriors of Wrath. So I mean, it is what it is. He's got all these shots from these hobgoblins just coming in, and I'm making the saves, but one's gonna get through every now and again. Nothing else happens in his turn. The demon engine takes the infernal engine takes like another wound, so it's my turn, and I do charge in with my with a few things here. I charge in with both my blocks of warriors. If you notice that thing in the middle, we just moved it out of the way for purposes of being able to keep our models and stuff without having them falling all over the place. So I charge and make it with my Elder Dragon Centaur into the flank of those hobgoblins, as well as the Warriors of Wrath. I make the charge with my Warriors of Pestilence into the front of the other hobgoblins. And my giant doesn't charge because he's just going to get shot to shit. So he kind of positions himself so they can't just flank charge my poor Manticore Lord. I didn't know if he was going to just try to do that to get the combat res, perhaps, and give his demon infernal engine some more times to do grind attacks. I wasn't sure, but I didn't want him to. So I just kind of used my giant as kind of like a chaff tool. Expensive, 140 point chaff tool, but a chaff tool nonetheless. I do a reform with my chariot. I move my what's his name? The pestilent sorcerer. I just move him over so he can give some blessings and stuff to people. And my Harbinger Lust charges into the side of that demon siege train thing. So, it's an interesting position. I do some maneuvering with my little Steeds of Lust to shoot some more into that Chaos Dwarf thing. And I'm also positioning him so he can't get through into the flank of my Elder Dragon Centaur. And if he's going to charge something, it's going to have to be the not the Elder Dragon Centaur, the Hell Riders. So, it is what it is. And in close combat, the demon train thing gets smashed. And I'm able to put the last couple wounds on the infernal engine. So yay! It went very, very well for me. Against the hobgoblins, I'll lose another couple guys, but I just slaughter a bunch of him. But he's steadfast, and I think he stays. And then my Warriors of Wrath and my Elder Dragon Centaur just chomp up a bunch of them. But again, I think he's steadfast, and he stays. And my giant can't quite fit. He tried to charge too, but it turned out he couldn't fit. So it is what it is. And so he's there. Okay, and the bottom of 3, again, he doesn't really do any movement. He positions his group with his general, the one with the painted standard there. And he's looking to charge my Manticore Lord or something. I'm not sure why. I mean, he didn't have much room to maneuver. He had kind of pinned himself back, which was a mistake, unfortunately, but it is what it is, and I took full advantage. And he, during shooting, just obliterates the giant. It's dead. He needed just one more wound. During the magic phase, he got a few augments off. He got a cloak, the silver cloak thing on the hobgoblins, so I'm -1 to hit them. And he got the +1 armor augment on the Chaos Dwarves that are with the big dragon unit filler thing. So, yeah, he's preparing if I want to charge into him to make him a little tougher to get to. It brings his armor from 4 up to 3 up, which is a lot to get through. And during combat, I just eat the rest of his hobgoblins. I just erase them from the map. My excuse me, my great weapon, Marka Nurgle guys, they kill a few, but I believe they stay. My turn. I charge into his siege catapult thing with my Lord of Lust. He's just continuing to chomp up as much as he can. He didn't have very much luck with his main siege engines shooting. One misfired, and the other just couldn't hit. So after he killed my BSB turn 1, the shooting didn't do too much to me. And as you can see, I charge. I think he didn't realize I could fly charge over into the side of that group there, and I just got everything I could into that bunker right there with his BSB just so I can just pulverize him. I don't want that there. I did some positioning otherwise, and in close combat, nothing happens in my magic phase. So we go to close combat, and I just eat the catapult thing, and I turn to face his little wizard, or if he wants to move his wizard, I'm going to get the flank of those shooter dudes. So I'm happy with where he is. Combat, I lose a few warriors, but I eat his unit champion with my Chaos Lord who challenges. The Elder Dragon Centaur doesn't take a wound at all. He just chomps things. I eliminate quite a bit of it. I win combat, but he's stubborn, so he sticks. And over here, I had killed the hobgoblins. Oh, this is his turn, I believe. Yeah, he killed the hobgoblins. He didn't have much movement to do. All he did was charge the front of my great weapon guys. He got a couple more spells off. Enchanted blades, I believe, on these guys to negate the penalty for trying to hit me. And yeah, combat comes. I kill a bunch of stuff, and it's not looking good for the home team here. The Chaos Dwarves. I break his unit with his general. I run them down. I catch them. I was able to charge into the flank with an overrun. Just you couldn't see it in the last picture, sorry, but he had turned to face some things and shoot him off the board. Or try to shoot it off the board. He failed his swift reform again, so he couldn't shoot. So my Steed of Lust was able to just get around. And this is what it looks like at the end of the game. I'm able to just wipe out the rest of that unit. The only thing he has left on the board really is that unit of dwarves with the gun things. But he calls it here. He's pretty frustrated at this point. He'd lost everything, and it was a good game. It was a fun game. I hope my opponent had fun. He seemed to have fun, but you could tell he was a little frustrated, which is totally understandable. I was very happy with the score. I got all the bonus victory points. I got the full 20-0 massacre thing. And so that's the Warriors of the Dark Gods victory, 20-0. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry Stanley isn't here to give you guys the other side of the the battle, but still, I hope you guys tune in, subscribe, and tell me what you like and what you don't. Thank you very much, and we'll see you